Raise your hand if you've ever felt personally victimized by a Korean BL released in 2025. No, seriously, can we have a family meeting? Because I think we can all agree that 2025 has been a trash fire for the genre. I genuinely don't know what happened. We used to eat good. We had storytelling, we had cinematography, we had budget, and now it's like the industry collectively decided hey, you know what the audience wants? Two actors wearing three layers of foundation, a plot thinner than my patience, and a random NC scene thrown in to distract them from the fact that absolutely nothing makes sense. It's quantity over quality, and I am tired. I'm tired of the fluff, I'm tired of the surface level angst, and I'm tired of producers thinking we only have two brain cells that only activate when two pretty boys kiss. But I'm not just here to complain today, I'm here to heal us. I've gone through my list and pulled out 8 Korean BLs that respect your intelligence. These are the plot heavy, gut wrenching, stay up until 3 am thinking about life kind of dramas. Stories that stick with you, characters that feel like real human beings, actual cinema. So let's cleanse your palates and pretend 2025 didn't happen for a second. Here are my 8 top masterpieces for the mature BL watcher. Starting off strong at number 1, we have the OG, the blueprint, the drama that worked so everything else could, well, trip and fall. I'm talking about Long Time No See. To this day, this is basically the only actual mafia and gangster BL Korea has ever given us. And let me be shady for a second. It did it better in 4 episodes than some of these Thai series do in 12 episodes, with 10 times the budget. You know the ones I mean. The gangster shows that are just window dressing where the scary mafia boss looks like he's about to ask if you want fries with that. But here we have real angst. Real stakes, we have Flying Dagger, a renowned hitman, and Wild Dog, who isn't just some random dude. They are literally from rival organizations that want each other dead. Yet every time they meet, they can't decide if they want to kill each other or rip each other's clothes off. So naturally, they choose option B. The chemistry is electric, the tension is palpable, and if you watch the director's cut version, which you should, the NC scenes totally actually serve the plot. It's frantic, it's desperate, and it makes sense for two people who don't know if they'll survive the night. It's Romeo and Juliet story but with knives and better abs. If you want a story that respects your time and your intelligence, this is it. Number 2, and for this one I need to give you a little history lesson. Allow me to introduce or reintroduce Mr. Kim Namgil. You probably know him as the Tom Cruise of Korea right now. He is Netflix's golden boy, he's leading massive blockbusters like Trigger. He is the man. But how many of you knew that before the fame, before the awards, he started his career with a hardcore indie gay movie back in 2006? It's called No Regret, and honestly, it eats every modern BL for breakfast. The plot sounds like a classic trope. Soo-min, an orphan who comes to Seoul to study design but ends up working as a host in a gay bar, meets Jaemin, a rich boy from a conservative family. Jaemin is obsessed. He will do anything to win Soo-min over, despite getting rejected over and over again. But don't let the summary fool you. This isn't a fluffy romance. This movie has one of the most insane, visceral lines of dialogue I've ever heard in my life. Quote, "I wish your COCK was a gun so I could pull the trigger inside me." I mean, come on. You can feel the angst just reading that off a screen. The movie is heartbreaking, it is surprisingly soft in moments, but it is also completely batshit crazy. It will take you on a journey of wild emotions that these new 2025 dramas are too scared to even touch. If you want to see where the bar was set almost 20 years ago, you need to watch this. Number 3, and listen to me carefully, this one is not for the faint of heart. I'm putting a massive warning label on this right now because One Summer Night is hardcore. The very first scene featuring 2 North Korean soldiers, Youngjun and Jaesung caught in a very compromising position near the border, and I don't mean holding hands. That opening scene sets the tone for the entire movie. It is raw, it is dangerous, and it is messy. After they get caught, Youngjun defects to the south, leaving his lover behind. He tries to build a new life, find a new boyfriend, take you, and thinks he's safe. But 2 years later, Jae-sung escapes and finds him, and that is where the real chaos begins. It becomes this incredibly painful love triangle that drags you through the mud. It shows the harsh reality of the lower class in Korean society, the trauma of defectors, and the messiness of human emotions. There are moments of genuine tenderness, but they are wrapped in layers of pain. If you want a story that will chew you up and spit you out, this is the one. Number 4. Now look at this. Look at the cinematography. Look at these faces, and you might think, oh, finally a break. A nice fluffy campus romance to cleanse the palate after that depression fest you just gave us. But you would be wrong. Blooming is a Trojan horse. It disguises itself as a soft romance, but underneath it is terrifyingly real. It explores how childhood trauma, specifically fat shaming from your own family, doesn't just go away because you had a glow up. It stays with you. It dictates how you walk, how you talk, and how you let people love you. Then you have Siwon, the rich kid who has everything money can buy but absolutely nothing that matters. It shows that specific kind of loneliness where you can be the most popular guy in the room and still be suffering in total silence. But the reason this drama is my personal comfort watch is how they heal each other. There is a line in the show that I think about constantly when I'm anxious. Siwon tells Dawn that pain is absolute, that just because someone else might have it worse, it doesn't make your pain any lesser or less painful. That line is cheaper than therapy. This show isn't just a romance, it's a lesson in empathy. If blooming was my therapy, Love in the Big City was my entire personality last year. This show is iconic, groundbreaking, and a cultural reset. And I'm not even being dramatic. First of all, we have Nam Yoon-soo as the lead, a mainstream K-drama actor, a Big Sang Award winner. Do you know how huge that is? Him taking on this role kicked the door wide open for other mainstream actors to realize that BL is a serious genre, not just a career stepping stone. And the storytelling didn't sanitize a single thing. They showed Ko Young as he is, flawed, messy, and incredibly real. They didn't shy away from how HIV impacts his life, how it dictates his fears and his choices. It wasn't a tragedy porn, it was just Ko Young living his life. But what I love most, what makes this show so special is the ending. They didn't force a fairy tale. They didn't give him some generic happily ever after with a boyfriend just to please the shippers. They showed us that self-love is a happy ending, that life doesn't start and end with having a man by your side. It was a love letter to young gay men everywhere, reminding them that they are enough, and honestly, we needed that. Okay, here's a quiz question for you. How many of you knew that Lee Yi-kyung, yes, the Gwenchana guy from Welcome to Waikiki, did a full-on gay indie film early in his career? White Night takes place over just one night. We follow Won-gyu, a flight attendant who returns to Korea after 2 years of self-imposed exile. He meets Tae-jun, a delivery man he connected with on an app. And what starts as a casual hookup turns into something far deeper. The movie is dark and gloomy, very much the vein of early 2000s Korean indie queer cinema. But underneath that noir aesthetic is a surprisingly tender romance. They go through an entire emotional arc in one night. Strangers, lovers, allies, and maybe something more. It's proof that a single night can change everything you feel about someone. And sometimes that night is enough to develop into something precious and long-term. Or at least you hope it does. The ending will leave you staring at the screen just like Wong-gyu stares at that payphone. I'm just going to say it. Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo has a premise I don't think we've ever seen before. It isn't just a romance, it's a critique of toxic traditional Korean values and how they fracture people like Doho and Jooyoung. This might genuinely be one of the greatest love triangles of all time. And I don't say that lightly. They packed an incredible amount of story into just 8 episodes, exploring 12 years of unresolved trauma and longing. But can we talk about the directing? Hwang Da-sol is a genius. That love scene is a masterpiece. She perfectly contrasts their first time as teenagers, joyful, awkward, and innocent, with their reunion 12 years later. As adults, their intimacy is heavy, with everything left unsaid. It's melancholic, it's desperate, and it's so human. It captures the specific sadness of being in your 20s and realizing life didn't turn out how you planned. This show is a filmmaking masterclass. If you care about cinematography and visual storytelling, you need to watch this immediately. Night Flight is the kind of movie that forces you to just sit there in silence after the credits roll. It haunts you. Now look, I'm a sucker for the bully to lovers trope, I own that, but this is not the sanitized version. This movie digs into the reality of Korea's bullying culture and the lifelong trauma it creates. It shows how it pushes kids to the absolute edge, to the point where they feel like unaliving themselves is the only option. And honestly, it makes you think about all those celebrity bullying scandals we see in the news. People love to defend them, saying it was in the past, we should let it go. But if that person made your life hell, if they destroyed your mental health, you realize that trauma doesn't just vanish. This movie doesn't let you look away from that destruction. But what makes Night Flight incredible is that amidst all that darkness, there is this fragile, blossoming love. It shows how finding one person can heal even just a little part of you. And it gives nuance to the bully too. We see his familial trauma, his internalized self-hatred, and why he can't accept himself. It's complex, it's painful, and it's absolutely necessary viewing. And there you have it, 8 Korean BLs that actually respect you as a viewer. Stories with depth, characters with flaws, and endings that aren't tied up in a neat little bow just to make you feel comfortable. These are dramas that remind us why we fell in love with this genre in the first place. Because when it's done right, Korean BL is unmatched. So let me know in the comments which ones are you watching first, or if you've already seen these, drop your favorites that I might have missed. And if 2025 disappointed you as much as it disappointed me, hit that like button so the algorithm knows we deserve better. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!